So let me ask you a question. What was that first deal like? How did you actually get into the game?
Yeah, so that first deal, we started, Kiera had a great job. Her college kind of internship rolled into a full-time leadership position in Connecticut. And I lived at home for about a year and decided to move up. When we got there, we were trying to like looking at each other, sitting on the couch, vision boarding. Okay, real estate. This is it. This is what we're going to do. We need to start finding a property. So we found a 3-unit multi right there in Hartford. It was a shell. And we decided to just go all in on it.
Yeah, so we bought the 3-unit shell. So we bought it for about $26,000 and needed about $120,000 worth of renovation. So we had a whole lot going on in that process of figuring out what we were going to do and how we were going to do it, and ended up working with a nonprofit to secure the funds for that rehab and then turn that vacant house into a home for 3 families. We actually still own the property. Our very first tenant still lives there. And really that property set the foundation for a lot of what we do now when it comes to the size of the rehabs that we're doing and the types of renovations that we've done, and also how we interact with our tenants, how we think about building communities. A lot of that started with that very first deal that happened to be in Connecticut before we moved back home, because close, born and raised from Baltimore. Obviously, Lincoln, Oxford is only about an hour and 20 minutes up the road. So prior to moving down here, we set all that foundation in Connecticut.
Okay, interesting. So a couple things can come from that. One of the things that I find most amazing about you guys is how you do everything together, right? And that's powerful. So I have to ask a question about that with you guys. Like, how has it helped you finding a partner that you can just build with?
Yeah, it helps a lot. So, I mean, there's no question about it, especially when that partnership is aligned, it's mission aligned, it's aligned kind of at the core values. So for us, like everybody's got 24 hours in a day, right? For us, because it's a partnership, we have 48. So we can work together and like bounce off of each other. When I'm slacking, she can pick up. When she's slacking, I can pick up, and we can kind of keep on rocking and rolling, and the business continues to grow. And the people who benefit are the buyers, are the tenants, are our mentees. Because we constantly work at it.
Yeah, and starting off too, we were very intentional about our conversation. So when we were doing kind of vision boarding and mapping out what this whole thing was going to look like us together, we went about that like our marriage was almost negotiated. Like, I don't want to say it that way, but that sounds kind of crazy, but very intentional.
But marriage is a business. Right?
Marriage is a business. And so we're able to balance our purpose and our mission and our vision together with all like the lovey-dovey cute stuff. Yeah, you know, we can be the cute couple and all that good stuff. So that's cool too. But we're very intentional about what we do and how we do it, which is why I think we work really well together business-wise, and why we're kind of pulled together personally in order to kind of hit this purpose as a unit together. But it is dope to be able to work with your spouse and your partner when you're yoked in that way.
Yep.
Yeah, that's amazing. And I'm glad you said that, right? Because I just, a shout out to Andre Hatchett. I just sat down to his podcast and I literally said the same thing you just said. So I'm glad someone else reiterated. I said, when you have a spouse that you're in line with, you create time. Mm-hmm. And I'm so glad you said that, because I agree with that 1,000%. Because even if you guys talking about vision boarding together, that's like amazing. Like, you know, I'm about to get on this call and go vision board with my wife, like just because I got inspired by you guys. So.
It's such a dope process. We even had our daughter do it at some point too. She was doing a vision board as well. Like, it's really great to give yourself that time to have imagination and be able to visualize, put that into paper, and then articulate it. Like, really be able to say it out loud and watch those things happen. That vision board we did at 21 years old, we watched that stuff happen over the last, couple decade or so. Watch that come to be.